First Lady Melania Trump is actively shaping policy. In her husband's second term, she's had some major accomplishments. She's been pushing bipartisan child welfare initiatives like the incredibly successful Fostering the Future bill. Those are the foster youths who age out. Also, the Take It Down Act. It deals with non-consensual pictures and those deep fakes published on the internet. She's also opened a direct line of communication with Russia President Vladimir Putin and Ukraine officials to reunite dozens of displaced children, and advocates for peace in Ukraine. And there is still hope that that will happen during this second term. And there's also been headlines like this. I want this on Donald's desk. That's right. Melania Trump's ambitious policy-making agenda. It is getting a lot of headlines. A quiet policy player in the Trump White House now with some real accomplishments and more to come. I'm pleased to bring in exclusive senior advisor to our First Lady, Melania Trump, Mark Beckman, joining us today on Bianca Across the Nation. Welcome in, Mark.
Thank you for having me.
You have such a unique perspective working so closely with the First Lady that we rarely get to see. So I think it's critical we get an understanding about her influence. I just put up that piece about how she says, I want this on the president's desk. It is ambitious. It is also very focused on peace and children. We want to talk about where that goes, especially with this peace letter she gave to Putin. I feel like there's so much more discussion after the NATO summit about a real potential to end this conflict, something close to Melania's heart.
Look, Bianca, I believe that our First Lady, the current First Lady, Melania Trump, is the single most consequential First Lady in history of our nation. You talk about her commitment to children. It's not just with American kids, it's kids all over the place. So, for example, it's fair to argue that she has had more impact, substantive impact, as it relates to the peace process between Ukraine and Russia by single-handedly executing on 4 reunifications between Ukrainian and Russian children and their families. What more substantive has occurred? If you look at everything that NATO has done, all of the world leaders, they continue to attack. We see drone attacks every single day, more weapons going forward. But our First Lady has reunified these individuals 4 times now, and she's working on a 5th. It's pretty important. Her commitment to children spans not just in the United States, but all over the world.
Well, it's also a testament to her heart, which I know as a mother myself, we see Barron, her dedication to her son, her also protectiveness of Barron as well as he becomes sort of into his own age. I think you make a great point, though. Her reach happens around the world, but also in particular, what she should be able to accomplish pretty easily here is this Fostering the Future accounts. I don't know how anyone would look at this and not get behind it, because it is about foster children. And like the Trump accounts, if people don't know, when they age out, they will have this sort of boost for their ability to, to start a new life, Mark. I mean, foster kids have some of the most biggest challenges, but not every state is signed on. Last time we spoke, there were some governors who were holding back, and the First Lady, she's not one to be shy. And she wrote saying, it's crucial our governors protect these vulnerable children, ensuring they have a chance for a secure future. Has anyone changed their minds and understand now that this is not left or right, and their hatred for Trump probably shouldn't come over to the children who are just innocent victims here trying to get ahead?
Well, look, you highlighted it the right way. The First Lady identified a problem, which is that these individuals in foster care, children specifically, because they don't have a guardian, they can't access the Trump accounts. So what the First Lady did was architected a situation where now every American child, including foster care children, could take advantage of establishing a savings and investment account, which is accessible when they reach adulthood. And for foster care, this is particularly important because it allows for the First Lady to unlock American ingenuity. They could invest in their own company. They can get an education. They could find housing resources. They don't have to end up homeless. Now, we only have 25 governors who have pledged. Why is that important? Because it's the states that are effectively creating a guardianship over these individuals that allows for them.
What's your
in turn
message
my message is that
to
every
those who have not
governor,
signed on?
my message is that put children above politics. Put children above red and blue. These foster care kids need you now to pledge and come on board. We only have one Democrat governor, Hawaii, who's come on board now. The rest should follow suit. All 50 states need to join Fostering the Future accounts today.
You know, there's so much fascination with the First Lady outside of the work she's doing. We saw the movie Melania defy some of the critics and really skyrocket with the success. What do you want people to know about the First Lady, since you work so closely with her, Mark, and share something with our viewers today that you'd like to highlight that maybe, you know, mainstream, big media, legacy media doesn't want to share?
Well, I'll share a couple of things. First of all, as it relates to the movie, some great news. As you know, the movie went to number one worldwide, but we were thrilled to see Amazon recently report, a couple of leaders from Amazon reported that the movie has been financially successful, which we're really happy about because very soon we're going to be launching the limited edition docuseries, which takes on a whole different angle to the world of Melania Trump. So I think that's pretty cool, and we're very proud of it.
It is.
It went to number one.
Well, and obviously, too, with the push for peace and her pivotal role in all of that, we watch that very closely, Mark, and thank you for joining us with an update on what governors maybe need to hear about Fostering the Future and who really it's benefiting. We appreciate your time. We hope you come back.
Thank you, Bianca.